What if the most powerful drug for your brain wasn't in a bottle, a supplement, or a prescription? What if it was something your body was literally designed to produce every single morning if you gave it the right signal? Scientists at Harvard Medical School discovered that one specific type of physical activity triggers a protein in your brain called BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor. They call it Miracle Grow for the brain. It rewires neural pathways. It repairs damaged connections. It sharpens focus, lifts mood, and builds the mental resilience that separates people who consistently grow from people who consistently struggle. And the extraordinary thing, you can trigger it in 20 minutes, before 9 a.m., without a gym membership, without equipment, and without any prior fitness experience. This video is going to show you exactly how. Here's the uncomfortable truth about workout habits and why most of them fail. Every year, millions of people commit to exercise. They buy the gym membership, download the app, set the alarm, and within 6 weeks, 80% of them have stopped. Not because they're lazy, not because they lack willpower, but because they fundamentally misunderstand what exercise is for. Most people approach a workout routine the same way. They think about the body, calories burned, muscles built, weight lost. And while those outcomes are real, they're slow. They take months to show up in the mirror. But your brain? Your brain responds to exercise within hours. The problem is, nobody tells you this. Nobody explains the neurological mechanism that makes exercise the single most effective daily habit for long-term personal growth. So people quit, because they're measuring the wrong thing, in the wrong time frame, looking at the wrong part of their body. What this video is going to give you is not a generic workout routine. It's a neurologically engineered morning protocol. 20 minutes, structured specifically to maximize what exercise does inside your brain. And once you understand the mechanism behind it, you will never see a morning workout the same way again. Let's talk about what actually happens in your brain when you exercise. There are 3 key neurochemical responses that make morning exercise so uniquely powerful. Understanding these 3 mechanisms is what separates people who try to build exercise habits from people who actually keep them. Mechanism number 1, the BDNF surge. Brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF, is a protein your brain produces in response to physical exertion. Dr. John Ratey of Harvard Medical School describes BDNF as the master molecule of the learning process. Here's what it does. BDNF promotes the growth of new neurons, a process called neurogenesis. It strengthens existing neural connections and accelerates the repair of damaged ones. It is literally the biological mechanism through which your brain rewires itself. And exercise is one of the most powerful triggers for BDNF production that science has ever identified. Studies published in the Journal of Physiology found that aerobic exercise significantly elevates BDNF levels, with the spike occurring during and immediately after the activity. This is why people who exercise in the morning report greater focus, faster decision-making, and improved memory retention throughout the day. Not just better physical fitness. The brain, quite literally, performs better after you move your body. Mechanism number 2, the dopamine reset. This one is critical to understanding motivation itself. Dopamine is frequently misunderstood. Most people think of it as the pleasure chemical. But neuroscientist Dr. Andrew Huberman of Stanford clarifies this. Dopamine is not primarily about pleasure. It is about drive. It is the chemical that creates the motivation to pursue a goal. Without sufficient baseline dopamine, tasks feel harder. Focus becomes difficult. Procrastination increases. Exercise, specifically the type of moderate intensity movement we'll cover in this routine, reliably raises baseline dopamine levels. This is why the people with the most consistent morning exercise habits also tend to be the most productive during the hours immediately after. They're not more disciplined, they're more dopaminergic. Mechanism number 3, cortisol regulation. This might be the most important of all. Cortisol is your primary stress hormone. And here is something most people don't know. Cortisol naturally peaks within 30 to 45 minutes of waking up. This is called the cortisol awakening response. Your body does this deliberately. It's preparing you to be alert, engaged, and ready for the day. In modern life, this cortisol spike often has nowhere to go. You wake up, scroll through notifications, and that cortisol stays elevated, turning into chronic background stress. Exercise first thing in the morning gives that cortisol a purpose. It metabolizes the stress hormone effectively, calibrating your stress system. The result is lower chronic cortisol throughout the rest of the day. In practical terms, morning exercisers experience lower stress responses, not because their lives are less stressful, but because their system is better tuned. Now, here's the routine. This routine is structured in 4 phases. Each phase serves a specific neurological function, not just a physical one. You are deliberately engineering your brain chemistry for the next 8 hours. Phase 1. Neural activation. For 3 minutes, you will do light, rhythmic, full-body movement. What you are doing here is activating the reticular activating system, the part of your brainstem responsible for alertness. Light, rhythmic movement sends a signal to the RAS that says, "The day has begun. Full activation required." 3 minutes provides that signal. Phase 2. Aerobic burst. This is the neurologically most important phase. Research indicates that moderate to vigorous aerobic activity is the primary driver of BDNF production. For 7 minutes, you will sustain 60 to 75% of your heart rate. Jogging, cycling, or jumping rope. The key word here is sustained. 7 uninterrupted minutes. You should be breathing harder. That mild discomfort is the biological signal that BDNF production is underway. This is the phase that Harvard researchers called the single best thing you can do for your brain. Phase 3 shifts the target from BDNF to anabolic hormones, specifically testosterone and human growth hormone. Resistance training triggers both. Testosterone is associated with confidence and assertiveness. Growth hormone supports cellular and neurological repair. This creates a neurochemical cascade. For 7 minutes, you will move through body weight resistance. Squats for 45 seconds, then rest for 15. Push-ups, glute bridges, and a plank. Repeat twice. What matters in the beginning is consistency, not intensity. Simply challenge your muscles through their full range of motion. This final phase is the one most people skip. After the activation of your fight or flight system, you need deliberate down-regulation. For 3 minutes, you will move into slow, deep, intentional breathing. This is parasympathetic activation, the engagement of your rest and digest system. People who skip the cool-down often feel jittery or scattered. 3 minutes of intentional breath closes that loop. Now, here is a simple 4-part protocol for making this routine automatic within 21 days. Rule 1. Time it to your cortisol window. Rule 2. Reduce activation energy to 0. Stack the habit. After I turn off my alarm, I will begin phase 1. Finally, track the cognitive output, not the physical. Rate your focus and mood every day. Within a week, you will see the pattern. You're not exercising to look different. You're exercising because you have evidence of what it does to your mind. Your brain is a dynamic, experience-dependent organ. Every morning you complete this routine, you are triggering BDNF, resetting your dopamine, and calibrating your cortisol. This is a deliberate investment in the most important asset you have. The science is settled. The only variable left is you. If you want to go deeper on why your brain behaves the way it does, the next video covers exactly how the subconscious mind is running your life. That video is right here. I'll see you there.